Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And if you've been keeping up with the channel, you'll know I'm slowly but surely going through some of the fantastic films in the Criterion Collection. And this time, we're gonna hop back in our mint-flavored time machine to the year 1954, and where we're going to check out the first Godzilla film. This is number 594 in the Criterion Collection, my review of the 1954 disaster drama, Godzilla, coming up now. After being awoken from a centuries-old sleep, a giant monster known as Godzilla rampages through Tokyo and seems to be unstoppable. A scientist and his new lethal weapon may be the only thing to stop Godzilla and save Japan. So what did I think of Godzilla? I thought it's an outstanding epic kaiju film. It's directed by Ishiro Honda, who's also known for directing films such as The Blue Pearl and 7 other Godzilla films. This is the first movie to kickstart a whole genre and this crazy franchise, which certainly has had its ups and downs over the years, to say the least. It's the longest running franchise in cinema history and has finally recently won an Oscar with Godzilla Minus One, which I also loved. This is a very different film that we've come accustomed to with thinking about these big, loud kaiju movies, as it's got a darker, somber tone and puts quite a bit of focus on the suffering citizens. While the effects could certainly be seen as dated, I thought the lizard suit they used to create Godzilla looked fantastic. He can look rather scary as he's destroying buildings and trains, letting out his famous roar and scorching atomic breath. I think the destruction scenes still look impressive. The opening on the fishing boat is spectacular as we see the crew's reaction and just a bright light as they meet their fate. It's actually inspired by the true event of Lucky Dragon 5, where the crew was contaminated by nuclear fallout from a U.S. weapons test. The build-up to the monster's first appearance is great, as we see the havoc he's caused from the houses and boats, and I love the first time we see his head sticking up over the hilltop. The film is a strong metaphor for warning against nuclear weapons, the dangers of weapon experimentation, and mirrors the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, with Godzilla portraying nuclear holocaust from the Japanese perspective. Oddly enough, this might make a great double feature with Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. We see what would become a familiar storyline of the scientists trying to figure out what's going on and how they'll be able to stop the creature, as well as the military and modern weapons having no effect on Godzilla. It's interesting as Dr. Serizawa is conflicted of using the weapon he's created called the Oxygen Destroyer, as it could save Japan from Godzilla, but he's worried about the effects it would have worldwide and doesn't want the weapon falling into the wrong hands. We also see the effects the destruction has on the population as thousands die as the monster rampages through Tokyo, children dealing with the loss of parents, and even people getting radiation poisoning. We also see the government debating if they should warn the public or not, thinking it might just cause a mass panic. The film also gives us something that's gone downhill over the years, save for Minus One, of course, and that's complex human characters we actually care about that aren't just lizard bait. There's even a love triangle of sorts that's mostly interesting. I also love the soundtrack by Akira Ifukube, which introduces the excellent theme song. The cast stars Akira Takarada as Hideto Ogata, the sailor and salvage ship captain, Momoko Kochi as Amiko Yamane, the daughter of a paleontologist who's in love with Ogata but set in an arranged engagement with her father's colleague, Akihiko Hirata as Daisuke Serizawa, the scientist that might have a way to stop the creature, and Takashi Shimura as Dr. Koihei Yamane, the paleontologist recruited to figure out more about Godzilla. Godzilla is a somber and powerful monster movie with an actual impactful message. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of A-list approved. That's right, it gets the A-list seal of approval. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/WestsideOf515. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Instagram and Letterboxd at WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.